Hello and welcome to today's Material Musings. So we are looking at cardboard. I showed in my previous video last week, and I'll just show you now. I showed in last week's Material Musings the way in which I use cardboard in this mixed media piece, and we've got some pieces of cardboard here. Cardboard fabric, clay for the faces, and the fabrics, there's different types of fabric give you different textures, and so it's worthwhile experimenting with fabric if that's what you'd like to do. And this particular fabric, when we add the metallic base now, it gives us a nice sheen. And I had some pieces here. It used to be a dress, but it's I think it's a mixture between, there's cotton in there and there's other man-made materials, but once it's painted, soaked in the paint, and then metallicized, then it gives us this really lovely sheen, as opposed to, say, some of the thicker cotton fabrics, the wider woven fabrics, or the ones like cheesecloth that's, you know, spacey, well, very spacey. The one that I had was spacey, and so it's nice. Oh, I think I've got some burlap there as well. So it's nice to experiment and see what kind of effects you can get. So we're going to look at, I've got two different types of cardboard like this, and I will just, you know, again, you can go to your supermarket, anywhere, and get, you know, cardboard to then experiment with and see the different types that you can get. Yeah. Alright, so I said I've got two different types. So this particular one has got, and we'll have to come in for you to see, and then I can compare, show you. But there are others that have got additional layers. So the cardboard technically is just 3 layers of paper. One of the layers, or this has got 2 layers. Well, this particular one is 4 layers of paper, and 2 of those layers have been shaped to give us that. And then you get a layer of the plain paper, and then you've got another, this is a smaller kind of concertina, that kind of shape. Yeah, and this particular one is 3 layers, and the middle layer is folded to give us that cardboard effect. And so you can peel off one of the layers to then reveal this texture underneath, and that's what you can add to your canvases and add to your mixed media pieces. They can be, you know, obviously painted, and you can work on them, and they're, you know, this particular one with the 3 layers, you know, it's bendable and you can create any shape. So the other things that you can do, I'm only going to show you a few, but what I'm going to do is, on my course platform, have a section that looks at cardboard, so you can refer to that, and it will be up in my Arts Resource Hub under one of the guides. We do also have a course making cardboard bookcases, so if you're interested in that, using cardboard. So yeah, there's some really nice things that you can do with them. Okay, so I would add this to a canvas, use a very strong glue, or you could stitch it if you want, but with those pieces it's adhered with, you know, very strong glue, and then obviously there's layers of paint fabric on top. But some of the other ways you can use it is you can stitch in it. So if you wanted to bring in cardboard into your fabric projects, all you would need to do is poke the holes first, and then you could create any design that you want to create with your needle. Yeah? And then I've just got this, I think it's an upholstery needle. And then you just, you know, you can stitch away and do whatever design you want. And as long as you poke the holes first, it just makes it easier for you to work with them, or with it. Yeah, so you could use different threads. You could then add this to something else. You could, you know, paint it first and then add the holes. You know, you could make some really nice tags, add it to fabric, or add, you know, cover some cardboard in fabric and stitch it just to kind of make a more sturdier tag, or add this and stitch it and then add, you know, just additional layers. Okay, and one of the other things that I do with the cardboard is I shred it up. So break it up, soak it, and then create faces. So whilst I have created some faces with the clay, yeah, so you shred the cardboard, and you can also do this with paper as well. So these particular ones are with paper. So you shred the cardboard, wet it, and then you make a mache. You make a pulp like you would paper mache, and then you shape them and then allow them to dry, and they dry hard. And then, you know, I've added features onto this one. Haven't yet painted it, but it was one of those side projects that kind of, I made quite a few of them in my recycling paper and shredding paper. And yeah, so, you know, you can make your own faces, or you can use a mold to make the faces. So that's those two. And then there's I have this machine. This is just like it's like a paper folder, and it gives us this kind of cardboard effect. So I should have had a piece here, but I did that one. I found that piece and then I did it, and then it was just like, oh, I don't have any more. Anyway, so let me do this piece. Okay, so yeah, you just put it through, and where did I get this? I think I got it at a craft store. I mean, it is fairly old, but I'm sure you could still get them. Yeah, and you just feed it through, and it bends up the paper for you. And then, you know, that could be something that's layered on canvas, or, you know, fabric. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to do today, so I want you to go off and experiment if you so choose. But the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to do some sewing, finishing our Kawandi. It's not going to be finishing, we're just going to do some rows, or I'm going to do some rows rather. And yeah, it's definitely worthwhile thinking about some of the ways that you can use cardboard. Is such a great material to use in lots of projects. And as I say, I've got my making cardboard bookcases. I've made big bookcases, I've made smaller ones for art journals, and you can check out the course that I've got. But, you know, don't throw them away. And the thinner ones that you get, like for packaging and things like that, you can make tags. You can use them in your journals. Junk journal, these would be nice. Or a fabric junk journal. I don't think I've got a fabric junk journal yet. But yeah, Okay, so let's put these to the side, and I'll show you where I've got so far with my Kawandi. So I was saying the fabrics that I created in October, I was going to start using them in this, but then I realised I've still got quite a way to go in terms of before I get to this middle section. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time stitching, and I hope that you can use this time as well, just as a, you know, a relaxing time, just to reflect, you know, get your project out. This would be a good time to get your project out, and let's do something for, say, you know, 10-15 minutes together. And at least you can say you did some of your stitched project if you've got one that is needing to be complete. Yeah, so I think that would be a nice thing that we could do together. So I'm just going to set my timer for 15 minutes, and then we're just going to take our time. I'll put some music on in the back. You can put whatever, you know, mute it and put whatever music on that you have that you want to use. And on the outside of this, let me just give you a insight to this. So on the outside, I've used a lot of vintage material. These materials are ones that I've had for the longest, and they've always been my favorite. And every single, like, you know, even this, I think this was from I just had a strip of this, and there was like 3 of them, and it became my favorite just because of the shape and the colors. And these were probably the first ones that I collected as materials to be used in making clothes. But I never did make any clothes from this. I kind of used it more in projects. So oh, and I've got a nice project. I started this one, but it uses some of these fabrics. Let me show you. So I think it's mainly, well, this one is included, and this one, see the sun's coming in now, but this is it. And I've taken my, I did some art foamy stamps, and I've taken, this is Beacon, and I've enlarged it, and I've used different fabrics to do the different parts. So I was thinking that I would put this on a canvas and continue stitching, stitch this to the canvas, but I'll have to see. I wanted to do some couching around the faces, so where there are gaps, to do some couching with some yarn. But I've taken the 4 different fabrics and then split them, so each one has the 4 fabrics in different in a different order, obviously. Yeah. And this the main fabric that it's on is a wax resist tea-dyed piece, which I really liked. And yeah, I want to see this finished as well. So I will just put this aside for now, and let's spend our 15 minutes doing some stitching. Okay, that made a change, didn't it? So I've done 3 sides, and yeah, I really appreciated being able to get that done, get something done. So I hope you were able to make use of that 15 minutes. It's amazing how quick time flies, and sometimes we think, oh, you know, no, I haven't got that time to do it. But sometimes you just, you know, it's nice to be able to do it with other people. So that was a nice space. I might include that again next week, because I've been having, you know, I thought I would have finished this by now, but yeah, I'm not racing against anybody, so you know, we can take our time, but I'd like to be able to spend focus time. So as I say, I hope you was able to make use of those 15 minutes. And yeah, just thinking about the rest of the things that we looked at with the cardboard, and you know, looking at how you can incorporate that into your mixed media piece. And it's just about experimenting. And as I say, you know, go onto the course platform. It's not up there yet, but I will be having under the guides, the Arts Resource Hub, that there would be a section on cardboard and the different ways in which you can use them, not only in, you know, like mixed media projects, but bookcases, you know. I really want to make a miniature doll's house, so that will be one of the things that I will be attempting and seeing how I get on. Anyway, so I'll leave it there, and that's the other one. Little paper mulch, because cardboard is very strong when you layer it in a particular way, and you if you make a paper pulp, you can make a cardboard pulp, you can make furniture, put them in molds. Obviously you mix it with other materials, but it makes for a really strong material to work with. Anyway, so take care for now, and I will see you next time.